Hello everyone and welcome to Art from the Heart or Art from the Heart. And today is going to be something that I love so much. Now I said that last time, but this time it's even more love. You know, as an abstract painter, I like creating things by just using the emotions and feelings. Or sometimes the colors and shapes, but it won't be an exact same. Like if it's a person, it won't be, person, face. It's not me. I want to have perfect shoulder lines and perfect face. It'll be more of an abstract, like cubism. Like there are cubism portraits, but they use the shapes and colors to create the person. But we're not creating portraits. We're gonna just create abstract. And with abstract, you want to just let go. You want to free your mind. So, we have our amazing setup. I love it so much, so I'm going to quickly set it up. Boop. Look at me. Hey, look, I'm in the corner. Okay, so I got my book. Now, we're going to free your mind. And you guys, I hope you have your book, watercolors, pencils, paint. Now, I want you to free your mind. Reveal all the stress. Breathe in. Hold it. And out. Feeling good? So we got our books. And I hope you have your books too. And I hope you have your paints or your pencils or your acrylic. And what you want to do, the first things first. Now, there's many ways to do abstract art. So many different ways. But today, the way I want to teach you is that basically what I want you to do is that I want you to look around your house. And I want you to observe the most common shapes in your household. Now, my shapes are rectangles. There's so many rectangles. There's rectangle walls. There's rectangle cupboards. There's also triangles. So there's triangles. My mirrors are triangle. Well, not the mirror itself, but the casing is triangle. We got circles. You got my paints. The bottoms, cups, bottle caps, bottles. And basically what you want to do is that I want you guys, because I bet you guys will have a pencil, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to remember those shapes, the squares, the triangles, the circles. And basically what you're going to do is that you're going to start just drawing. You're just going to feel the painting. And look up, my eyes are closed. So you can't see, I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm doing at all. So a few there. Now it's super light. And looks like there's nothing there. But the reason why you do it this light is that you don't want to have those perfect lines. Those are just to help you figure out where you want to have your shape. So now looking at it, and you'll know you did it right if you can barely see it. I mean, the camera's having trouble seeing it, but if I come in real close, see? You guys can see it. So I'm going to quickly take my pencil crayons. I'm going to first show you this, then I'll show you paints, then I'll show you watercolors. But first I'm going to pick up my pencil. I'm going to just choose a random color. I'm really feeling maybe this orange. And what we're going to do is that with the lines that we've created, I'm going to go in a bit closer. And with those lines, I'm going to start coloring them in. Now, we're not going to follow anything specific. This is just supposed to free your mind. This is supposed to calm you down. A great way to do this, the reason why you do this, is that let's say you had a stressful day and you can't even think about what to do. This is a great way of quickly just freeing up your mind before you do your main piece. Sort of like a side painting. So anyways, oh, it's like those color in the shape things, but you're coloring it in your way. You're not, coloring in a perfect circle. You're coloring in wherever you feel like it, because those lines are super light. You don't need to follow them all. You can put some there, you can put some here, you can put them anywhere. So I'm going to trace here. Now, I'm going to put just a tiny bit of pressure so you guys can actually see it, because I don't want it being too light. That's just one. You see right there. And I'm going to just quickly work on a bit more orange. Maybe, I feel like it's very orangey over here. And maybe a touch here. And then lastly, maybe right here. Oh, no, and right here. See, you're just going with the flow. See, just got my orange shapes. Now, you guys can choose whatever colors you like, but since I just did orange, I want to do a color that kind of blends very well with it. So I'm going to choose this golden color. And basically, I'm going to find a shape that's right beside the orange, like right here. And I'm quickly going to just add the shapes. Now, remember, there's no specific area. They don't need to be beside each other. But you want the colors to at least like complement each other. So you're teaching your minds. You're slowly de-stressing. Your brain's starting to be like, oh, okay. You want stuff to match. Because if you have a bunch of random colors, it's not bad. It just will look a bit strange. Because some artists do that. You know, I found something called Vaporwave. And basically they mix pinks and purples and blacks and oranges. A whole bunch of random colors that don't usually mix well together. But they do it in some way that they created their own style. That's how Vaporwave became Vaporwave. Vaporwave is usually consisting of at least the color pink. So basically what you're doing is that you're creating your piece with your colors. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to follow me specifically. This is a piece that you do on your own. And I'd love to see your pieces, because, you know, I always do this. You know, I always teach my students, okay, do this and show me afterwards. And each one is so unique to each and every person that nobody follows the same. Like, even if there's some students that usually always follow each other, guess what? With abstract art, it breaks that cycle. It's crazy. That's why when you have a stressful day, it somehow calms you down, even though that you had like the most stressful of days. So I got a bit here. It's pretty good. But now I might just keep working with these, but we can't do that. I did promise you guys that I'll show you each and every one. So I'll choose this red. Now, this is a dark red. So I'm going to put a little bit. You see right there. I'm going to take a very, very small brush right here. As you guys can see, it's quite small, but not too small. And I'm going to get my paper to plot it. I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to start working. Now, the good thing about this red is that if you, here, hold on, I'll use my arm. It is super light. So, it won't be too overpowering, but it will still be like very red. So with a paintbrush, you got to be a bit more careful with what you do, because you don't want to mess it up. Even if you do, that's okay. But for me, with this type of work, I like staying inside those lines. It helps me calm down. It helps me piece my brain back together. That's what I say. Because usually once you're done work, your brain's all scrambled. But when you paint in the lines, your brain starts reassembling, refixing itself. Touch of red here. Sort of like a pink. It's not really a red. Maybe touch here and touch here. See, I messed a bit. That's okay. I'm going to put that into the water. I'm going to go to a even thinner paintbrush. Look at this. I can't even see it. That's how thin it is. Not even the camera can see it. So this is a more thinner brush. As you can see, that it has a longer end. So I'm gonna do pieces that are just a bit longer. So I'm gonna grab, let's say, this very dark yellow. I kind of call it honey yellow because it somewhat looks like honey. But I mean, honey's more of an orange yellow. So these are like work in progress color names. So I'm going to put it in. I'm going to spin it. But I'm also going to shake the excess off because I don't want it too much. And I'm just going to gently add some lines. Gently add a line. And maybe a line over here. Oh, this is a much bigger line. And work on it. There you go. Now, depending on the paintbrush you use will depend on how it goes. I'm using, again, the thin paintbrush, so it's going to give me more thin strokes rather than like, because I can't paint a full paint, like a full shape. I'm going to have to like maybe draw on the lines that I see, but very little. You don't want too many. So we did that, but now let's work on the final one. Let's get our thin one again. Dry it off because we don't want that red showing up. And now I'm going to re-wet it, and then we're going to use the watercolors. Now I'm going to use something that is completely off track. So I'm probably going to do like a blue. You don't want all, you want one color that contrasts with the other. So red, yellow, and blue. Those are primary colors, but they also work very well together. So I'm going to mix it a bit. I'm also going to grab my paper. I'm going to gently dry it off. I don't want to dry it off too much. And I just want to now gently work with that blue. Now what you could do is that you could do it wet and then dry it off, but I prefer doing it just beforehand so it doesn't like drip into my other colors. And as you can see, it is a very delicate process, so it does take some time. But I could just quickly speed up a bit. Guys, so here's my one. It looks wonderful, and I hope you like yours. But now what we have to add is one of the most crucial parts. Well, for me, that is. I'm going to add a little bit of splatter. Now, what you want to do is that you want to load up your brush. So I'm going to load up my brush with black. And it's going to be very loaded up. Grab a whole ton. You want that brush to literally be leaking. And what you want to do is that you're going to take your finger out and you're just going to tap it like, and you can guys see you got that shape of the paint going down. Now these lines are supposed to represent the neurons of the brain, and they're supposed to show that once you're done the piece, your neurons have come back together. Because now, I bet you're super chill. You know, I'm feeling super chill. I just want to get like a nice iced tea and just sit out in the nice weather that we're having today and just paint. Now, I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I'm just going to turn it around so you can see it. But I hope you guys had a wonderful art class. I'm going to bring it up just a bit closer so you guys can see it. This is my one. Here, let the camera focus on it. And I hope I get to see some of your paintings, because that would be beautiful. I bet I will see some wondrous ones. So, hope you guys had a great art class. And I will see you for the next. And you know what's coming. Art from the heart. Anyways, guys, thank you and have a nice day.